Hello, Middle Academy. The first thing we do in every music video is we sing our welcome song, so let's do that. Singing all together. Singing all together, singing with delight. Scholars here together, future's looking bright. Everybody's singing a song, everybody's singing a song. Thank you. After that, we're just going to quickly sing our star song that just gets our voices and our bodies ready to sing. All you got to do is copy me. We are singing, tracking the talker, crisscross applesauce, hands in our lap, voices off. Here's what we're doing in Middle Academy Music, Week 3, Day 2. We will warm up our bodies, ears, and voices. We will discover the swatted secret word of the day, and then discover the 6 main vocal ranges. So that's our goal today. In our last video, we learned the words to our warrior cry. Today I'm going to teach you the actions to that. So everybody needs to stand up, get to a place where you have a little bit of room. You're not going to bump into anything because we're going to be moving a little bit. We're going to review the words, then I'm going to show you the action, and then we'll put it together piece by piece. So the first words that we had to learn for our song was hunk, alea, alea. Hunk, alea, alea. We want to do that with a nice, strong voice. When I do this, I always think of the Incredible Hulk, who's the coolest superhero, especially in the Avengers. We're going to put our fists under like this. We're going to jump and go hunk, alea, alea. And take a little step to the side. We do that twice through, so it looks like this. Ready, go. Hunk, alea, alea, hunk, alea, alea. It's a lot more fun if you try it with me. So let's do it. Here we go. Hunk, alea, alea, hunk, alea, alea. The next part is ticky, ticky, tom, tom, ticky, ticky, tom, tom. Your voice needs to get high and squeaky when you do it. Ticky, ticky, tom, tom, ticky, ticky, tom, tom. When we do that part, we're going to put our hands together like this. We shake our fists back and forth, and we kind of just do little side steps back to where we started. So it's going to look like this. Ticky, ticky, tom, tom, ticky, ticky, tom, tom. So let's put those two pieces together. Hunk and ticky, ticky. Ready, go. Hunk, alea, alea, hunk, alea, alea. Ticky, ticky, tom, tom, ticky, ticky, tom, tom. Next part, you're going to kind of punch the air in front of you. Make sure not to punch something important or someone important. And you shake your hips as you do it. So it looks like bushka, 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 bushka. Make sure you get your voice way down low when you do it. Bushka, 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 bushka. So let's add that in. Hunk, ticky, ticky, bushka. Ready, go. Hunk, alea, alea, hunk, alea, alea. Ticky, ticky, tom, tom, ticky, ticky, tom, tom. Bushka, 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 bushka. Last part. I always think of Tarzan when I do this part. I'm going to kind of beat my chest and put my arm up to the side with a fist. Dia, 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 dia. And then, hey, and you clap your hands. So it looks like this. Dia, 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 dia. Hey. Dia, 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 dia. Hey. Let's do that part together. Ready, go. Dia, 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 dia. Hey. Dia, 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 dia. Hey. Let's put the whole thing together, starting with your hunk. Ready, go. Hunk, alea, alea, hunk, alea, alea. Ticky, ticky, tom, tom, ticky, ticky, tom, tom. Bushka, 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 bushka. Dia, 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 dia. Hey. Dia, 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 dia. Hey. There we go. We're going to do that again next week. When we do it next week, we're going to do it starting off at a slow tempo, then get to kind of an average medium tempo, and then go up to a fast tempo towards the end. So that'll be kind of crazy and weird. Last week, we sang a song called Haida. Not last week, in our previous video, Week 3, Day 1. Today I just thought we'd start by singing that. That'll warm our voices up a little bit, warm our ears up to make sure that we're listening to the correct pitch, meaning that you're singing the same thing that I'm singing. I'm going to sing it through once, just to make sure you remember how it goes. And I apologize in advance if I mess up because I don't have the sheet music in front of me. So I'm going to just hum the intro. It starts. Oh, I messed up. And then we sing. So I want us to sing through that again, just get our voices ready. As we sing this, I want us to get in singing position, which means feet shoulder width apart. Yes, I would like you to stand up, please, if you have sat down. So stand up, feet shoulder width apart. Knees, we're going to pop our knees forward a little bit. We don't want to push our knees all the way back, so just move your knees forward a little bit. They should be a little bit spongy. Okay, your back is nice and straight with your shoulders back, and your arms are down at your sides. Okay, so we're going to sing through the whole song. I'm going to start with a little introduction. I'm just going to ooh, just kind of do it on an ooh sound, and then you're going to sing the whole song with me. So here we go. Our ears and our voices. The next thing we're going to do is discover our secret word of the day. We're going to start doing this every day. I'll have a new word up here for a little while. We'll see how far we get. Last time we just talked about the treble clef, and that's where we're starting today. So the treble clef sits on a staff, and the staff is made up of 5 lines and 4 spaces. So I'm just going to draw those on first. Then I'm going to draw my treble clef. Treble clefs are hard to draw. If you want to practice that, I think that would be kind of a cool thing to do. All right, and now I'm going to put some notes up here on the board. It's not going to be too tricky, I don't think, but we're going to work through it together. Before I write that on the board, I'm just going to remind us of kind of some secret tricks to know what each of the lines and spaces is called. So I'm going to start with the spaces because I think it's easier. We're just going to spell the word face as we go from low to high, F-A-C-E. If it's in a space, you use your face. And then the lines, I say, if it's on a line, a sentence is fine. So I start at the bottom and I do every good burger deserves fries. Every good burger deserves fries. That's an E down there. So the first letter of each word tells us what letter it is. Okay, so I'm going to do one that's a little bit different today. It's going to look a little bit different. I do a different kind of note. So that's going to be the first letter we have to figure out. Then I'm just going to write the letter O. And here's your second letter. We have to figure out 2 letters today. Now, we talked last time about how there is a musical alphabet that's letters A through G. There is no O on the treble clef staff or on the bass clef staff or any staff. O, I'm just sticking in there to make the word a full word. Okay, so whenever I have something like this, a problem like this, I think, is that sitting on a line or is it in a space? If it's on a line, that means the line's going to go right through the circle part of the note. We call that the head of the note. If it's in a space, that means it's kind of squished between 2 of the lines. So is this one on a line or in a space? It's on a line. If it's on a line, a sentence is fine. Every good burger deserves fries. Every good burger deserves fries. When I got to the head of the note, I said the word deserves, which starts with the letter D. So this is D. I got another one here. Is it on a line or in a space? The line goes right through the head note. That means it's on a line. If it's on a line, a sentence is fine. Every good burger deserves fries. When I said the word good, I got to that. So that means it's G for good. Our secret word of the day is dog. Look how smart we are. We're learning every day. That's pretty cool. So there's going to be a new secret word of the day every day. This would just be bum, 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 bum. That's all it would be. O doesn't make a sound because that's not in the musical alphabet. Bum, bum. Okay, I'm on purpose making our video a little bit shorter today because of what we're going to go through next, and that is the vocal ranges. In the comments below, in the description of the video, I'm going to post some links to some different music videos that I did not make. They're just links to show you the sound qualities and the tone of some different musical artists. There are something called vocal ranges, and a vocal range basically is how high or how low a person can comfortably sing. There's 3 main vocal ranges for each gender. If you are female, you are one of these top 3. If you are male, you are one of these bottom 3. And when I say that, I usually mean as an adult. Now, we're all in 5th, 6th, 7th grade, so our voices are still maturing, boys and girls included. But I would say probably all boys, I can't know for sure because I haven't heard you sing, are probably around the alto or tenor range. I would be extremely surprised if there was a middle schooler who was a bass right now. As we get older and as our bodies start to change, our voices will start to change. It happens to girls too, but it happens much more drastically for boys. So I would say probably alto, maybe some tenors in there. And we'll talk about what that means in just a second. Okay, so when I was in high school, I'm going to switch to my piano view, my choir teacher, my music teacher, put us into different groups. And I'm a female, so she had the girls split into 2 groups. You are either a soprano or an alto. And here's how she did that. She started here at a place called middle C, and she just said, I want you to sing as low as you can. So she would just have us do it on an Okay, and that's about as low as I can hit. That's a B. Okay, and then she would say, okay, reset. Here, now I want you to sing as high as you can. This might get a little squeaky. Here I go. Okay, oh, that's also a B. So I know that my vocal range is 4 octaves. From this B to this B to this B to this B. And based on that, she put me in a different group. Now that's my voice right now as a 33-year-old woman. But back when I was in high school, I started as an alto. And then the next year, I was a soprano. And then the year after that, I was an alto. And I flip-flop between soprano and alto. I've since looked into kind of what my vocal range is. And every test that I've taken, every little guide that I've gone through, tells me I'm a mezzo. So a soprano is someone who can sing super duper duper high. The one that always comes to mind for me is Mariah Carey, because her mom, I found out, was like an opera singer. So she can sing really high because she's been singing a lot since she was a kid, and she's used that muscle a lot. When I looked up famous popular music sopranos, Ariana Grande is one that came up on the list. So in the description down below, I'm going to put a link to an Ariana Grande song that I think shows off her nice high soprano voice. Mezzo is an Italian word that means in the middle, which makes sense for females because soprano and alto are the highs and lows, and then mezzo's in the middle. Beyonce is one of the more famous mezzos in popular music, and that's what Mrs. Isles is. An alto is Lauren Daigle. That means she sings in the lower register for females. There's a few more. I think Lana Del Rey, I want to say, if you listen to her, is an alto. Adele is an alto. And there's some more. But those are just 3 popular ones. I was like, oh, okay, I'm going to post some videos for kids to check out. There's going to be down in the comment section, in the description. So you can check those 3 videos out and just hear some examples of a soprano, a mezzo, and an alto singer. For males, it also splits into 3. The highest of the males is the tenor voice. An example of that would be Bruno Mars. I know Mr. Isles, my husband, is also a tenor. An example of a baritone voice is a guy named Eric Clapton. Now, I'm on purpose picking one that maybe you haven't heard of before just to stretch your musical knowledge a bit. Eric Clapton is a singer-songwriter from the 1970s. He's kind of an older guy, but he's got some good stuff. So he's a baritone. And then a bass, I picked a country music singer named Josh Turner, and he has a very low-sounding voice. And I really like the song I'm going to show you. It's called Will You Go With Me? And his voice gets super low in that, and I think it sounds pretty cool. So tenor is the high, baritone is the middle, and bass is the low. So tenor and soprano kind of match up, the high-sounding voices for females and males. Beyonce and Eric Clapton are kind of the middle, the mezzo and the baritone, and the middle range of voices. And Lauren Daigle and Josh Turner are altos and basses, the lower sounds of the voices for each of their respective genders. I'm going to pause the video in just a couple minutes. I challenge you, or I hope that you extend your learning a little bit by clicking on those videos in the description. There's a couple more that I'm going to add, one that's going to maybe take you through your vocal range so you can see kind of where you are. Because that's an individual thing. I don't want to take it through on the piano here because I think it will be less clear than if you watch the YouTube video that I post. I will post some examples of these 6 performers so that you can hear examples of those 6 different vocal sounds. And then there's one that I'm going to post that has an extra one for the boys that I think is kind of cool. And that's done by an opera company. So it's going to be very different, maybe not something you're used to listening to, opera, but it just kind of extends your learning a bit and exposes you to something new. Okay, we've done everything on our list. We warmed up our bodies, we learned that warrior cry, we discovered the secret word of the day, dog, and we went through the 6 main vocal ranges. So the last thing we have to do today is to just do our train exit. So it starts with a long, 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 then short, 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 then long, 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 then really long. So let's do it, Middle Academy. Here we go. Breathe with me. There we go. Thank you for making music with me today. I hope you have a magical musical day. See you next week.